Hello friends, today I'm going to walk you through 5 different levels of harmony for the tune Singing in the Rain. From the most basic 2-chord version to one that moves all the way up and down the neck. We're going to be starting on a nice old F chord, and all we need for this first bit is just 2 chords. We need F and C7. The whole song goes like this. 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Over to C7. I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart, and back to F, and I'm ready for love. Then the whole song repeats. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain to C7. I have a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain. Just singing, singing in the rain. Now let's take that up to level 2. First thing we're going to do is add a couple chords and what are called common tones or shared notes between the chords to smooth out the harmony. So instead of playing our F like this, we're going to add our pinky on the 3rd fret of the A string. This is still an F chord, we're just adding a C up top. And this is going to help us share a common tone with a couple other chords. Now, instead of staying on this F the whole time, we're going to alternate every 4 strums between F, 2, 3, 4, and D minor 7th. Just put your ring finger down. This is going to be all the time that we were spending on F before. Just give it a little bit of movement. And then before we go to the C7th, we're going to add a little diminished chord in here. So it's going to sound like this. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Diminished chord. I'm happy again. Now we're going to end up on a C7 that isn't this one. So remember, we want to keep this C. It's going to be in every single chord that we play in this version. So we're going to play a bar chord C7. 3, 4, 3, 3. Like this. And that's the only other change that we're making. So we're alternating from F to D minor 7th, a passing diminished chord, our bar chord C7. Let's try 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Diminished to C7. I'm happy again. And stay there. Laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Now let's take it up to level 3. Much as we just did for the F chord by adding this D minor 7th here, just providing some movement within the harmony, we're going to do the same for the C7th chord now. So instead of sitting on this C7th, we're going to substitute a 2-5-1 progression in the key of F. We're in the key of F, we're just targeting that. So what does that mean? Well, F, G is our 2 chord, it's going to be a minor 7th chord, 3, 5, 3, 5, and then our C7th chord. But we're going to make this into a C9th, and I'm actually doing this because it's easier to play. So we play 3, 5, 3, 5, just slide the finger on the C string back. There's your C9th chord. You don't have to go all the way down to this bar chord here. Makes the transition easier, and it sounds nice. Again, we're keeping one of those common tones from the G minor 7th chord and adding it to our C7th chord, giving us a C9th chord. Everything else stays the same, so the progression now sounds like this. 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. Diminished to G minor 7th. I'm happy again to C9th. Back to G minor 7th. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. So now we're starting to get some really nice movement within these chords. So let's see how we can take it up to the next level. A 2-5 progression provides nice movement to chords, and we can use this not just targeting our 1 chord like we just did with 2, 5, 1, but also targeting a different chord in the progression. So what we're going to add this time is a 2-5 progression to the G minor that we just added, a 2-5 to a 2-5. So if we're targeting a G, we want the second chord, G. A is our 2 chord, it's going to be a minor 7th, and our 5 chord is going to be a D 7th chord, and that pulls us to G minor. We're going to use these specific voicings. We'll play A minor 7th like this, 2, 4, 3, 3, and then D7 with a flat 9, which you'll note is the same exact diminished chord we were just playing. So we're actually only putting this one extra chord in this time. But now when we land on that G minor 7th and go to C9 and go to G minor, we're going to substitute that 2-5 again in the progression just to keep things moving and keep you longing to hear that C7th chord or C9 chord to make us go back to the 1 chord to resolve to F. Everything else stays the same. We're just adding really one new chord, that A minor in there. The D7 flat 9 is just our diminished chord by a different name. So let's hear what this sounds like. 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious. Here's our 2-5. Feeling I'm happy again. Back to G minor. Da da da. A minor 7th to D7th. G minor 7th. C9. G minor 7th. Just singing in the rain. See how we're toying with that tension and resolution between all of these chords. Now, let's take it up to the last level and make this harmony really move. If you're enjoying this lesson, join us over on the Tim Man's Magic Ukulele Club, my learning community that allows us to really take deep dives into songs like we're doing here. This month, we'll be studying Singing in the Rain by learning not just these chords, but also the melody to the tune, how we can make one grouping of notes work for every single song in the tune, how to solo over top of it, and more. And this includes over an hour of videos and 2 live streams to help you work together with the other members through this tune. You also get a backing track to practice with, a 10-page PDF, and this is something that we do every month with a new song. Learning music through these old classics as vehicles. So let's look at this last section and how we can really make the harmony move. For this final section, we're going to add what seems like a lot of chords, but really we're just bridging all of these chords we already have gone over with diminished chords in between. And I'll link to my video here on why this concept works and how it works so that you can integrate it better into your playing. But for now, just follow along, play the chord voicings with me, and let's see how it sounds. So instead of going back and forth between F and D minor 7th in this first section, we're going to play 2 strums apiece on the chords and put a diminished chord in between some of these chord voicings we already know. Let's look at what it sounds and looks like. So we get F, F sharp diminished 7th, that A minor 7th we just learned, then diminished chord on the 3rd fret, an A7 flat 9 in this case, to a D minor 7th, straight across diminished chord on the 5th fret, then A minor 7th, different voicing, 5-7, 5-7. It's the same as our G minor 7th that we've been playing throughout the lesson. Slide it back to the diminished, and then we're just coming down, D minor 7th straight across again, and then F diminished 7th, 4-5, 4-5. So again, this seems like a lot, but let's hear it in context. 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. And we'll stay right there, our 2-5 to the G minor. I'm happy again. Now, instead of going back to G minor like we did before here, we're going to use that 2-5 to the 2-5 that we talked about previously, but now 2 beats apiece. So for the next couple measures, we're going to go A minor 7th, this voicing up here, and then just slide it back to D7 flat 9, G minor 7, C9, and repeat that. And then finally, A minor 7th, D7 flat 9, G minor 7, C9. So we're creating this 3-6-2-5 progression is really what's happening. Remember, this all started out as a C7th, which sounds fine, but we can do this. Nice chromatic movement. throughout. So let's try this nice and slow with all of the chords. Let's hear how this goes. 2, 3. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let's try it again. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, got a smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain, singing, just singing in the rain.